What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and get down. It's Tuesday. I hope everybody is feeling good. And I want to start off by talking about the situation that's going down with Donnie McClurkin. So his ex-assistant, Giuseppe Corletto, is accusing him of SA and R'ing him. Now, Corletto is saying that this started back in 2003 when he attended Donnie's church. And the reason why he attended Donnie's church in the first place is because he had read Donnie's book called Eternal Victim, Eternal Victor. And the book discussed the struggle and the curse of homosexuality, which Giuseppe could relate to because he was going through the same thing. So they met at church that day and they hit things off. They really clicked. And then all of a sudden, he became Donnie's assistant. Now, Corletto states that even though he was working as Donnie's assistant, he thought that it was going to just be a professional type of relationship. He did expect to be mentored by Donnie, but things went left quickly during a session that they were conducting called Pray the Gay Away, and Donnie started to SA him. Now, from there, things started to escalate quick. According to Corletto, Donnie began to start to R him. And so when he confronted Donnie about it, Donnie said, "I don't remember, I was on medication." Now, Corletto alleges that Donnie also SA'd him inside the church. And I guess Corletto was like, "I'm out of here," but Donnie guilted him into staying. And he later emailed an apology after an alleged 2013 R. Now, Corletto is stating that he stumbled across this old email where it shows Donnie apologizing, and it dates back to the year of 2013, and it says, "I am the actual epitome of a desperate, dirty old man," Donnie allegedly wrote in the message. Now, he also said, "I know I apologize for my wrong attitude from Wednesday, but I want to apologize for all of my behavior that has been wrong and put you in a wrong place." And then he says, "I have no one. I feel it more than ever, but I was horribly wrong trying to force you into something that you were consistently saying no to. I'm too old to be like this." Now, Donnie McClurkin and his lawyers have responded, and they're basically saying that the claims against him are frivolous. Now, when I examine this story, this is particularly crazy if it's true because Donnie McClurkin was R'd as a child, and so was Corletto, and that is what made them click. But how are you going to go through the same experiences and then turn around and do the same thing to this young man, allegedly, that happened to the both of y'all when y'all were children? Now, just to give you guys some more details about this lawsuit, Corletto explains that back in 2007, they took a trip to California and Donnie bought his girlfriend. But Donnie didn't want his girlfriend like that, it seems, because Donnie found his way to Corletto's hotel room and ended up R'ing him. Now, Corletto also says that he stopped working for Donnie back in 2008, but they remained in the same professional circle, so they had some type of contact. But Donnie sought him out again in 2012 and basically got him in a hotel room in Florida and R'd him again. Now, Corletto also says he was R'd by Donnie yet again in 2013 twice, once in Boston and also in Niagara Falls. Now, Giuseppe claims that the last incident between him and Donnie took place in 2015. He said that he reached out to Donnie for some help. He was going through some things mentally, and when they met up, Donnie McClurkin was still on that same shit, trying to get some, and that is the last time he had any type of contact with Donnie. Now, let me just say this. These are just accusations. Doesn't mean that Donnie is guilty of these accusations, but if they are true, I just wish that Corletto had the strength and the courage to come forward a long time ago. I'm not going to sit here and say what this brother should have did and what he could have did, because everybody operates different, especially when you've been traumatized to the 10th power since you were a child. So it's probably hard to come out. He did state that with all of this power that Donnie had, he was his mentor, he worked for him. It was just hard for him to come out. You know how the church is going to be when you talk about these situations. They normally dismiss your claims and they're going to side with Donnie and believe that Donnie never did these things. So I can understand why he would take that position. But at the end of the day, we'll just wait and see what happens with all of this. And in the meantime, we're going to shift gears and talk about Christian Keys, because Christian is coming out going at Tyler Perry for trying to steal his show, All the Queen's Men. Now, listen, I believe in my heart of hearts that Christian was talking about Tyler Perry when he said there was a big time executive that SA'd him. Now, he never called Tyler's name, but I just believe that everybody connected the dots back to Tyler. Now, even though there are reports that Christian actually clarified that it wasn't Tyler, I think that he got a check. He was paid off to be quiet, right? But anyway, let me go ahead and insert this clip of Christian talking about Tyler and the shady business that has happened behind the scenes, and then I'll be back.
Because, I mean, the studio tried to steal my Created by credit. So, like, they posted, even this week, end of the year, la da 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 da, and you post my show like that's your show. It's you putting the show out there, but you're also the same studio, Tyler Perry Studios, that removed my Created by credit, and I had to call a union to have them force TPS to put it back on there. So I'm not sad that my show isn't there anymore. After season 5, it won't be there anymore. And I won't have to deal with that shady, corny kind of leadership over there that would dare. Why you got 16, 17 shows. I got 1. Let me have credit. My contract says I get credit. Why your corny ass trying to steal my credit? Because you can't write like me. Yeah, I wrote the book. And I wrote the show. I wrote the pilot. I created the show. I wrote the first season. It was originally, All the Queen's Men was originally 8 episodes, 8 half-an-hour episodes. And unbeknownst to me, Boss Man went in there and added 10 or 15 minutes to each episode, writing-wise, and then wrote the 10th episode himself. And I wasn't worried right away, even though I should have been a part of that. I should have been allowed to do that because I was the writer's room for season 1. So I wrote the whole season, but as soon as he popped in, and now it's 10 1-hour episodes, and he started writing on it. So then season 2, season 3, he just showed up and said, hey, here's the next 20 episodes, and here's the next 16 after that. I didn't get a chance to contribute, so that's when it got real weird. Yeah, he was like, oh, this is the hottest thing over here. Ain't nobody checking on that show. Ain't nobody worried about that show. Ain't nobody this, that, and the other. I got to put my name on something that ain't mine. And season 2 and season 3 is when All the Queen's Men got weird and dudes start getting raped with dildos and all that weird shit. Nobody want to see that shit. Put that on your show. That's why I'm glad my show ain't there no more. Put that on Oval or Bruh or Sisters or whatever. Put that boy on your show. I'm glad because I don't have to deal with that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you completely change the integrity of a creation.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. Christian Keys is standing proudly behind what he created, and he's taking it down a path where he feels like his creativity should be respected with his own vision and not the vision of someone else, tainting his particular outlook on how his own show should be. And so I got to give him props on that to the 10th power. But anyway, I'm going to draw the line here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and give me your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. I'm out.
Tough News TV. We out.